All right, let's do this. Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder, issue number 7 from DC Comics by Frank Miller and Jim Lee. It's one of the worst comics I've ever read. Or series, that's probably it. My God. If you want to know what I'm rambling about, watch all of my other 6 and you get a very clear picture of what this comic is. But I'm going to show you anyway. So, Jim Lee cover. We're going to dive right in without further ado. Batman is beating people up and he's laughing, but the art says to me that he's clenching his teeth and is very angry. So basically he is then ha 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 like I'm doing now. I'm talking with my clenched teeth right now. Ha ha ha. It's just so weird. It's getting weirder because that's this whole series, this whole comic is just completely different. It's just a mess. Well, All-Star Superman is one of the best written comics I've ever read. This is probably one of the worst ones. So Batman is beating up people, right? Okay, and he's constantly insulting them. He also talks about that they are, selling bleach bottles, which is weird. But of course, that's a plot point because he can, use those things to light them up and burn his victims to death, I guess. I mean, that's what's happening when you are burning people with chemicals. And he says, you don't know from hurt either you what, because this guy says it hurts and he punched them. And then takes all the other guys out while they are being unconscious. They're still burning because they don't have the chance to put the fire out. And then we have Black Canaries basically getting an orgasm. He doesn't stop. He doesn't spare a one of them. Not a one. And God help me, I'm here thunderstruck in love with the man. The goddamn Batman. And he says, has anybody told you, my good man, that you are totally hot? And he says, not for the last few days now. Really? What is this writing? And she kisses him and he says, her tongue's a little bit sandy. She's a smoker. Cigars, Cuban. And then, stuff like this, right? And he says, hey, do you need a ride home? Or she will freeze to death. It's just rain, dude. She doesn't freeze. And she says, hey, do you got a car? And then, he's going a little bit unhinged, talking to himself about other stuff. He says, Batmobile, find me. He says, Batmobile? Not one word. I've taken enough grief about calling my goddamn car the goddamn Batmobile. I'm the goddamn Batman, and I call my goddamn car whatever the hell I want to call it. And she says, hey, that's a totally queer name for a car. So he says, who's this man on your shoulder? And then the car comes. And he says, cargo. Sometimes I hate the sun. You what? And then she says, you're a fine man, Mr. Batman. A right hero you are. No. Heroes don't light people on fire. Heroes don't talk to themselves like complete lunatics. Heroes don't swear all the time and insult people all the time. Hats. And she also said, maybe you see some help, right? And she said, shut up. Just what I need, tough love from a crazy Irish chick. Wait a minute, she's Irish? Since when is she Irish? And then she's got a right to say whatever she wants. She's got the right, so much to Jeffin and all that. And she's dead right to say I'm half crazy. But only half. The other half is just doing just fine. It's just the worst. And then we go to probably the most sane person in this comic, but I'm gonna take that back in a second. So, and also, I mean, this looks okay, I guess. Right? He's in the dark. He's in the Batcave, and but someone at the somebody's calling. Wait a minute. another package. Sorry, guys. The postman just rung the bell. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So somebody at I'm not editing that. I'm not editing this out, by the way. The editor thought, oh yeah, you know what's a good idea? Let's do another page, but then in totally black and then a very small face and only 3 panels of text, because that is what I know is very immersive. It's very deep. You feel a kind of emotion, don't you? No, it's just a waste of page. And then he in the last issue got an axe and he's killing rats and he's eating rats in the Batcave because Batman just left him here to, I don't know, to die without food and whatever. I mean, don't you? Isn't Alfred here or something? What's going on? So and then we hear some clacking noises, like somebody's coming in at high heels. It's not only that the Batman, but then the Batman, he says, Grayson Brennan Center, I got the man who killed your parents. And his fate is in your hands. And then he says, it's time for you to decide. Are you an avenger or a detective? What do you mean a detective? You just kidnapped this guy, put this guy in here in the Batcave to die without food and water. He hasn't doing anything of kind of detective work at all. He's just a boy. He's just a 12-year-old boy. What are you talking about? And then Grayson says, yes, sir, I hear you, sir. Thank you, sir. Give me his name. They call him Jocko Boy Vanzetti. He's done a lot of bad things. Basically, he's a hitman. He said, does he have any family? Nothing human as far as I know. So he's giving the same choice again. And then, remember a second ago that I said he was the most sane one? Yeah. No. He makes this guy's face, and then he's 12, right? So how many? I don't know pounds, but I know kilograms, right? Because I'm European. So I guess this 12-year-old boy is, I don't know, 50 kilograms, something like that. And he's kicking this guy off the ground that's probably 100 to 120 kilograms. Makes no sense at all. And he's just, kick this defenseless guy. Yes, he's a killer, and Batman is watching very amusingly, right? And he's just kicking and screaming. A decent start, kid, but just one of those kicks was a mess. It could have got you killed. And he says, shut up. What? And then he talks like somebody who is an adult. He says, this 12-year-old, right? This could be a long night, creep. Save us both some trouble. Who hired you? What? That's not how a 12-year-old... And you know what? Coming back to this, you can say, well, this guy killed his parents, right? He's angry, so I can assume that he's gonna lose some emotional control, right? Well, if you are coming from a family that taught you the right way, no weapons, no killing, no bullying, no beating up, you just become a decent person. A decent person doesn't turn himself into a, guy that likes to maim people's faces with a big axe out of nowhere. Also, Batman didn't say anything that he's just standing there with an axe, by the way. Great writing. That was sarcasm, by the way. So Batman hears the name. Who gave the order is the Joker. And that's going to be the next issue. That's it. It's garbage. This whole series is garbage. Batman is a lunatic. There's no redeeming qualities at all. You should root for a hero, right? If you have a comic book, and you have these anti-heroes, but Batman is not an anti-hero. He is a hero. But turning him into this whatever he's supposed to be, for me, it's not working. I loathe this character with a passion. I loathe the writing. There's nobody in this whole book has redeeming qualities. Nobody is saying, oh man, I'm going to root for this person or this person or this person. I root for the Joker to kill these guys. Of course, that's not going to happen. Probably the Batman is going to say, oh, I'm Batman. I'm going to kill the Joker. Something like bullshit like that. He's an idiot. He's not the smartest man on the... Well, he's not a detective. He doesn't act like a detective. Oh, man. Take a deep breath, Marinus. Let's finish this video. Guys, I'm stopping the video because I'm losing. I'm losing it. I'm becoming the Batman in this comic. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment, like the video, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.